and it's just boom, it was in place and it stayed there. You have to continue to develop that, and I know that you're a guy who always spends time in the off season kind of reflecting, hey, what could we have done differently, to make this thing a little bit better. Even though we did overachieve last year, I agree with you. There's always things that I know you as an old school coach can look at and say, man, if I'd have just done this, or if I'd have changed this little thing.
I think that's really important. That's a great point. I think this is my 32nd year being a head high school coach, and now I'm the oldest guy in the league. I'm kind of the dean of the Sunflower coaches, and so I think that's even more important now, because I think you do get labeled as an old school guy, but if you don't change a little bit and figure out what works best for each team that you have and each kid that you have, then things aren't going to work out. You can't just draw a line in the sand anymore and say, hey, you cross this line, it's over, I'm done with you. You've got to find a way to reach each and every kid, and that comes from your culture. Now, obviously, you can have things that you're going to stand for and that everybody's going to stand in place for, but you've got to find a way to find out what motivates this kid, what really gets this kid going, how can I get the best out of this kid, and that's what really culture kind of develops.
It's a clip I saw. It was Nick Saban in football. Nick Saban kind of has a lot of people think he's a pretty hard coach, whatever. But he has some stories where he talks about giving guys second or third chances. Because sometimes he said, hey, in some of these kids' life, who else is going to do that?
Right.
Who else is going to do that? So I'm here to kind of, I'm here to bring him back and then show him that I love him, but I'm going to be tough on him too. So that's really cool to hear you say that. I think signs of a good coach, and obviously you know you've been doing it for a while. So it's really cool to always kind of talk about culture because it's a huge thing. A lot of the better programs have that. It's like expectations. Like you come in and this is how we do things out here, and the kids already know what's going on.
I think what you said right there is perfect. How can I be tough on these kids but still let these kids know that I love them? And that's the biggest thing. Kids need to know that you care about them. You can put your arm around them. You can come to me anytime, anything, talk about anything that you need to talk about in your life. I will love you. I will support you. But in our program, we're going to do this, this, and this.
Yeah, those things are always fantastic, and it's hard, sometimes to find that fine line on, being hard on the kid or picking them up and knowing which way to go with it. And with every kid, it's completely different. So, it's always hard. And obviously, in basketball, you're dealing with a few less kids than on the football field. But, I think that's one of the valuable things that you bring to our freshman football staff is just being able to get that out of those kids and get the most out of them and make them want to come back and play football as a sophomore.
For sure. I think that's so important is that they have a positive experience, but you pushed them.
Yeah.
You pushed them hard. And you kind of said, hey, I see some things that you can do. I see more in you than you see in yourself. And if you'll do this, this, and this, we're going to find a way to get you to the next level.
Yep. Who are some key returning guys that you look to lead your team this year? I mentioned Nick Ahrensberg earlier. We were having the technical difficulties signed with Rockhurst U today. But talk about him and then maybe a couple other guys that you think will be your leaders.
Yeah, well, Nick's definitely going to be a leader on our team. He averaged 13 points a game last year, shot like 35% from three, had a great summer, and just today signed with Rockhurst University. But it's huge for him. That's a great scholarship, 4-year scholarship. Rockhurst is like $50,000 a year. That's like $200,000. It's just fantastic. Yeah. And what's so nice about that is that takes the pressure off. I've got a freshman daughter that actually goes to Rockhurst University, and it's so hard day in, day out. What are you going to do next year? What are you going to do next year? What are you going to do next year? All those kids ask each other. Your parents ask you. Your grandparents ask you. Now Nick says, hey, I know exactly what I'm going to do. So there's no pressure. Yeah, there's no any type of thing that he's got to play well every game. Now he can just relax, have a great senior year, and have some fun with it.
Absolutely. Who are some other guys that are coming back or maybe guys that didn't play last year but will be back this year?
Well, we talked about Preston Reynolds. Preston, he'll do a great job for us. Tony Friends is back for us. Tommy Dreyer played some varsity for us last year. He's going to be a great player for us. Will Townsend's a big kid inside. Had a great summer. He played a little bit last year as a sophomore and lettered for us. Tommy Foster, who just got done playing football for the first time. He's been a great player in our program. Tough, hard-nosed kid. DeAndre Eubanks is another great kid who's had a great year and a great offseason in the weight room. Charlie Sublette can really shoot it. Jack Slaughter, I mentioned him coming over from soccer. Price, another kid who played football.
Yep.
So we feel like we've got 11 solid kids, and that's not even including our sophomore class who will look to make a big jump for us this year.
That's awesome. It's always cool to see depth. Always nice to have depth on a team. You're not just relying on 7 guys. You get to throw 11 in there and kind of rotate those guys around, play a little deep. That's really important, especially high school basketball. It's important. So it's really cool. And I'm sure those guys liked hearing their names shout out on the show. That's what they were waiting for. They were waiting to hear their name. Their name announced on here.
Hey, they're big time. They made it on Midwest Mike's.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sure they're tweeting it out right now.
Hey, that's fine. Tweet it out at Midwest Mike's. It's right on there.
All right. Oh, sorry. Go
ahead.
No, I was gonna run, but you got something else.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Next question.
This is the big question right here.
This will make or break your appearance on the show, right?
Actually, probably the big one out of all of them. Favorite barbecue spot, Kansas City.
Favorite barbecue spot, Kansas City.
If you think about it too hard, you're going to overthink it. So
I'm not going to overthink it.
Oh, go for it.
Gates Barbecue.
It's
Gates Barbecue, huh? I think you're the first person we've asked that said Gates. So why Gates over, Arthur Bryant's and Q39 and some of the other places?
That's tough. I don't know. I've always kind of been a Gates guy. I know that Arthur Bryant's is really good. Q39, those are all really good. Gates, just something about that sauce. I love Gates barbecue sauce.
Gates sauce is actually my favorite among all of them. I think Arthur Bryant's has the best brisket, but I would love it if I could just smother it in Gates sauce.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So I'll give you that one.
Yeah, there's good things about all of them. You can't go wrong with any of these barbecue joints around here.
Yeah, like you give me, I'll take the fries from Joe's. Right, fries from Joe's. I'll take some beans from Jack Stack.
Take some beans from Woodyard, man.
Well, it's always on the Woodyard. I don't know anything about this. Well, I had the Woodyard at your wedding. But I don't know nothing about. Nobody knows. It's like the underground barbecue thing or something like that. I don't know anything about the Woodyard. But I think my go-to is probably Jack Stack, honestly. It probably changes every. I probably said something else last week.
That's because you make the big bucks.
Come on.
You make the big bucks over here.
No, I don't
Jack
know.
Stack, you pull out the pricey ones, right?
That's right.
That's the big bucks. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's a big.
I'm gonna call your boss, tell him you make too much money.
I could have. I finally could have
so much.
I finally could afford a full rack.
Yeah.
Making the big bucks now. Yeah. But that's cool. It's always a kind of fun question because KC is known for the barbecue, and actually, you know what? The best barbecue in the city. It's probably at some guy's house that we don't know who it is, and he cooks for his buddies, and one day he'll show up at some competition, which is awesome. I love going to those things. The Lenexa one's amazing, and some of the other ones, but it's the best. That's part of our culture here, too, especially with football and all that stuff. So love that question.
So we will see you again at Show 100 coming up at the Well in Waldo.
Yeah.
That's right, December 22nd, man.
December 22nd.
Got on my calendar. Chiefs play the Bears.
That night we'll be kind of hanging out. And
it'll be exciting.
Your buddy Chris over there set us up nice, and we appreciate that. We're really looking forward to doing that show and catching up with you again. Best of luck this year.
Appreciate all you guys do. I know it's a hard job. And it's always great to get out there and talk to guys that know sports, love talking sports, love talking about culture, love talking about Shawnee Mission East and our basketball team, and really appreciate everything you guys do. It's great to be on the show.
Awesome.
Thank you. We love having you. We'll take a quick break. Again, we're here at Johnny's in Prairie Village. We'll be right back with Lauren Lawrence, the head girls basketball coach, but you still have time to get out here to Johnny's and get yourself something to eat. We'll be back after this.
Pay homage to basketball legends in the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame and interactive college basketball experience. The official Hall of Fame for men's collegiate coaches and players. We are the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame.